What's going on, guys? Heath Shankles here with Freedom Marketer. I am actually just killing some time right now. I have an appointment at the attorney's office here in just a few minutes. I'm in the beautiful city of Decatur, Alabama, about to close on a house. It is a wholesale deal, and yeah, whenever that's done, I will give you guys an update, and we'll talk a little bit about that deal and how I came across that deal and how all that worked out. Anything I can do, to help you guys get in this game of real estate. There's so many opportunities here for, I was just watching a video earlier. A kid that I've never even heard of or seen. He's like maybe 19 years old now. He may still be 18, actually. I don't know. Like, just graduated high school though, and the name of the video was like, this kid, see how whatever his name is makes does 13 deals in 6 months. As a 17-year-old, and it's real. It's the real deal. You know what I mean? There's a lot of fishy scams, BS out there in the world. I mean, there's so much of it, but real estate is not one of them. If you just get your mind right and actually realize that you can do this the same as anybody else can, and realize that you may just need to learn from the right people, but the education's out here, the knowledge is out here, and if you'll put it to use, if you're willing to work hard, you can make every one of your dreams become a reality. You may never dreamed of being in real estate. Whenever I was a kid growing up, my dream was to play in the NFL. I was a good football player and all, and so I never really dreamed of being in real estate until I got a little bit older. But who cares? You know what I mean? Like, I don't really care. As long as it not only pays the bills, but instead of just surviving, I'm thriving, and that's what I want to do, and that's what I want to help other people do. So anything I can do to help you guys, I'm all about it. Any questions, just shoot me a message or comment, and I'll get back with you with any help I can. But yeah, it just goes to show that you can do anything you really want to. Like I say, real estate makes and has made more multimillionaires than any other business that there is. I mean, a lot of people are starting to become wealthy from making money online. That is true, but real estate is like old faithful. Like, it's always been there, and it's always going to be there. The real estate laws that we have in the United States came from like old Europe, like years and years and years ago, like over 100 years old. Like, we use the same real estate laws, a lot of them. Like, this stuff it's literally just like, if you have the grit and determination to work hard, you can make all the money you want to. Like, the money will come, and as long as your heart and mind is in the right place, as long as you realize that and believe in yourself enough to get started until you close your first deal or two, then you'll be rolling after that. And your heart has to be in the right place. When I say that, I mean mentally and emotionally. You have to realize that what you're doing is actually helping people, and that needs to be what you're about, is helping other people, because that's what you're doing. You're buying a house or acting as a intermediary. Like, you're basically the middleman of a real estate deal. You're connecting a seller with a buyer, and just collecting your it's not commission, but it's a fee. It's an assignment fee for being that middleman, for finding that deal, and you're helping someone out. You may be buying a property at a discounted price, but it's a burden on these people. They want to sell their property. They want to get rid of it. They don't have the money to fix it up and list it with a real estate agent. So, and have it all shiny and new and on the market, all fixed up and clean to get market value. They don't have the money to do that, and a lot of times they're either behind on their taxes, behind on their bills, or they inherited the property, they just don't need it or want it, and they just have too much going on at work and everything else to where they can't do anything with the property. So you offering your service as a wholesaler or as a fix and flipper and coming along and buying their property is a blessing for them. It gives them money in their pockets, a lot of times thousands of dollars, and it gets rid of the burden of having to mow the grass and or pay someone, keeping them from having to pay someone mowing the grass and all that kind of stuff. You're just helping them out. It's getting rid of all them bills that they had and the upkeep, and getting them another fresh start, another chance at life with money in their pocket, you know what I mean? But I won't go on and on this. I'll get with you guys after we close on this deal, and yeah, see you guys in a bit. Okay, so I just got home from closing on that deal in Decatur, and yeah, so guys, I found this deal. I delivered some trees. Like I say, I have a nursery business also that I've not delegated out to anyone yet, which is something I've been looking into, hiring a manager, whatever you want to call it, someone to help me out with that, so I can do, focus more, 100% into my real estate. So anyways, I delivered some trees one day, and I see where I delivered the trees to, behind their property was another property, and the driveway ran kind of, you couldn't tell if it was this house's driveway or what. So it's to a property that sits directly behind the property I was going to, right? And I seen the grass was kind of starting to grow up. There was what used to be a swimming pool there that just had the concrete sidewalk going around it and all that. You could tell that it was vacant. You could tell that no one, there's no water in the pool or anything like that, no liner. It just had kind of been abandoned. So I started asking the people that I was doing the delivery for about the property. And so what this would really be called is driving for dollars. That's really what you call it. I know that ain't the way it went with this particular deal, but if you look at it, delegating this work out to someone else, that's how the deal got found. I could have found this house by driving down the road and just seeing it, and writing down the address or whatever, putting it into Deal Machine, the little app, or whatever, and skip tracing it, and finding out who owns it and all that. So anyways, these people, and this is a good little nugget here. If you're driving for dollars and you're going out and looking for a property to get under contract, to fix and flip, or if you're a wholesaler or want to be a wholesaler, knock on doors. Don't be afraid to knock on doors and ask the neighbors. The neighbors a lot of times know everything there is to know, and if they don't, they know something that will help you out, like keep you from having to skip trace the owner. I didn't have to look up this guy's name, phone number, nothing. No, the people I did the tree delivery to, they give it all to me. They literally went inside. I told them, I started asking them questions about the property and all that, and they went and told me the whole thing about how the guy hasn't lived there in 3-4 years. His wife died, or he's going through a divorce, and his previous wife, him and her had raised kids there years ago, and she passed away, and then he got remarried, and then him and that lady's going through a divorce. So he's just having a hard time, at least in his relationship, marriage life. And so the house is vacant, so it showed, it was just a complete, perfect example of a distressed property. Something going on, to where this guy really probably would be better off to sell this property. Found out later on that he was, so they went inside and wrote down on a piece of paper the guy's name, where he lives now, and his address, his phone number, his cell phone number, all that stuff. I didn't have to skip trace anything. that's what happens when you talk to neighbors of a vacant property or distressed property. Not always, that doesn't always happen, but sometimes it can. So just keep that in mind for a little nugget of information, a tip. Don't be afraid to ask neighbors if you're driving for dollars, and or whatever. But say you have a property that's sitting there vacant and you found it by driving around, or however you found it, and you physically go to the property, talk to the neighbors. Ask them some questions about it. A lot of times they'll be able to steer you in the right direction and kind of let you know what's going on if they do know. So anyways, I called the guy, he didn't answer. I left him a voicemail, sent him a text message, told him I'm an investor. I like to do fix and flips and stuff like that. Sometimes buy and hold properties and rent them out. Just giving him a rundown on who I was, what I'm doing. And he didn't message me right back. It took him actually about 6 weeks before he ever got back with me about it. But one day finally he texts me and says, "Hey, how much can you offer me, to get me and my sons over here, and for us to get everything out, and get a dumpster for the rest of it?" And that's where the negotiations started right then. First got that property under contract at $100,000, ended up being too high. Told him, hey, we're either gonna have to cancel this contract and forget about it, or you'll have to come down on price some, because we just can't. The after repair ARV, after repair value, the market price of this property wasn't going to be profitable where we were at, so it ended up coming down another $30,000. And it's not a gigantic sum of money I made. It's not something great. I've made more money on other deals, but it's so, it didn't take much of my time to do this, and that's the beauty of wholesaling. Fix and flipping is another thing, but if you do it right, after you get some experience with hiring contractors and stuff like that, and you have good contractors, it doesn't take that much either, really. It takes more than wholesaling, but a lot of people, I'm sure, watching my videos and on this channel, wholesaling is really, what they're going to want to be going into, starting off with, because it doesn't take a whole lot of money to get into it. But that's how I found this first deal, and so hopefully this doesn't reveal any information, but there's the check. So my phone cut off for some stupid reason. I think I'm running out of data, so I'm gonna have to clear some things up on this phone. But anyways, I showed you guys the check there. There's more videos to come, so if you're new to this channel and you somehow stumbled upon my video, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell icon. You'll be notified every time I upload another video. And there is a whole gang of videos coming about real estate on this channel, so it's something you're going to want to subscribe to and bookmark. And like I say, I'm straightforward. I'm not a guru. I'm a do-ru, I guess. I go out and do it, and I will help you in any way that I can. Don't be afraid to comment, ask questions, or send me an email, hcshankles@gmail.com, and I will get back to you just as soon as I can. I'm a busy guy, but I'm good on my word. So hit the subscribe button, guys. I appreciate it. Love you guys. See you on the next one.